is Amanda, but I am known on social media and online as Rumpelstiltsy. So today we are going to talk about cosplay photography and how to get in it. This is mainly geared toward people that may just be starting out with cosplay, or they just don't know where to find photographers, or how to even approach a photographer. Also going to be covering some different personal safety tips when actually going out to shoot with a new photographer, or just any stranger in general that you don't know. Because as sad as it is to admit, it is the world we live in, and sex traffickers are a thing. So as cosplayers and just people and women in general, we have to be on guard about these things. So first, let's get into how exactly to contact a photographer and the different ways you can get into that. So, here you are. It's your first year of cosplaying, maybe more, maybe less. You have a bunch of stuff you finished, and you really want to get some good pictures of it, but you either don't know anyone, you don't have a camera of your own, you're just floating out in cosplay space. You want things to show people, but you just don't know how to go about it. Here are some different ways to do that. One of the easiest ways to do it is to go to conventions. Now, I understand in the long run, the amount of money you're gonna spend on a badge, possibly a hotel, food, water, all that jazz. If you buy anything there, I don't know, is gonna cost more than if you just search out a local photographer and pay them. However, the value in making physical connections, I would personally say, is more. One good way to get into cosplay photography is to actually physically meet cosplayer photographers at conventions during haul shots and whatever. Most of them will do a shoot for you for free there at the convention. That's kind of why they're there. They're there to market themselves, and they want your business eventually, and or they just want to make friends. It's kind of why they do it. Of course, in the future, if there's a photographer that you like that has said that they are doing paid shoots at a convention, like mini shoots or $50 sessions or whatever, I do strongly encourage going ahead and paying the money to do that, because they're just like we are. They're artists. You can't pay for food and exposure bucks. If you like their work, support them. They'll love you more. Definitely take the time to invest in a business card or something with your social media, email, anything that the photographer can use to get in touch with you. Because it doesn't do you any good to have a free photo shoot and not be able to get your photos. Kind of defeats the purpose. Another thing when doing photo shoots at conventions is beforehand, before the convention, it's a good idea to get on Facebook and search the different groups, because oftentimes there will be a group for that particular convention, and that's a great place to A, connect with photographers, and B, most importantly, keep an eye on for when the convention is over, and that's where most photographers will do their photo dump, is in those Facebook groups. Now into the second part, it's going to be figuring out if they're legit or not. So I feel like it's common sense to say, if you find a photographer that you like, you automatically want to go look up their portfolio. Not just to, this is going to sound really conceited, judge the quality of their work and whether or not you want to work with them, which, I mean, if you're paying for the work, then you probably would want to judge them like that. Most importantly, it's to make sure that they're actually a legitimate photographer and not just some creepy, creeper. Some different ways to determine this is A, if they contact you via Facebook message and they start saying keywords like, I can film in your home country, or I can come to your home country, or asking you personal questions like, how old are you, where do you live, creepy questions like that. Obviously run the other way, because they're probably not a photographer. Just stranger danger! Other things to think about and be aware of is when you go on a photo shoot, it's always best to bring a buddy for two reasons. One, you will need, probably most of the time, you will need a handler or the photographer will need an assistant. That cape ain't gonna swish itself. Reason number two is the obvious buddy system rule. You never want to go anywhere with a stranger alone. I don't care if it's for something as innocent as just taking pictures of a costume. It's always smart to bring a buddy. And if a photographer or videographer does not like the fact that you want to bring a buddy, then drop them like a hot potato, because clearly they're planning something rather nefarious if they don't want a witness. This is a personal example of someone that did contact me. And one day, in one of the different cosplay groups that I'm a part of on Facebook, I got approached by a local Houstonian saying that he was doing some kind of film project with cosplayers and wanted to know if I wanted to meet him to discuss terms or whatever. So I was like, well, sure, whatever, let's meet. And he's like, okay, well, let's meet at a Starbucks downtown Houston because there's a convention going on that weekend or some crap like that, I don't remember. Long story short, something came up and I couldn't go. And so I messaged the guy and I'm like, hey, I can't go. Is there any way we can reschedule to this day or this day? And is it okay if I bring a friend because they might want to get involved with it too? And the guy never messaged me back. That could have been, that could have been any number of reasons why the man didn't answer me. I get that. But he was also talking to another friend of mine. He asked her the same thing, if she would meet him at a Starbucks. Well, she, after I spoke with her, learned that I couldn't make mine, so she's like, hey, just come with me to mine and we can both talk to him. And I was like, sure, why not? So she asked him this, hey, can I bring my friend? Because she's the one you were talking to, but I couldn't make her, so let's just do ours together. And I kid you not, he adamantly refused her bringing a friend. He made every excuse in the book. Every single one. And, yeah, so I was like, probably not. That sounds super hella sketchy. Especially if he doesn't want to have you bring a friend to a public place. It's my personal story with that, and I still don't know if this guy's a legit videographer because, he's never posted anything. Yeah, just be safe. Stranger danger! Be safe. Other things to know about cosplay shoots and photography. When you post on social media, always credit the photographer. Are different legal, yes I said legal, and social rules surrounding cosplay photography. I think it's just a simple process of standing outside in the blistering sun. Someone points a piece of technology at you to capture that moment of time and space forever, and then it's yours. Well, in the great words of our fruititious El Presidente, wrong. That's not how it is. There are a number of legal things to be aware of. For example, the person who takes the picture, that's who the rights belong to, unless otherwise stated in a written contract. Be aware of that if you're doing free shoots. Yes, you can post them, but I'm pretty sure the photographer, unless you have a long chat with them and communicate properly, doesn't want you selling them. It's kind of an unspoken rule when you get haul shots or free photo shoots, not to sell those as prints unless you have a previous agreement with the photographer allowing you to do so. And most importantly about cosplay photography is communication. Always have open communication with whoever you're gonna go take pictures with or bring with you. It just makes life easier. It just does. God gave you 2 thumbs for you to use on your phone. That's pretty much it. A lot of this stuff can be learn through trial and error. This is just a bit of a cheat sheet video, so that way you don't have to go through a bunch of dramatic stuff to get through that trial and error. Hopefully this is like a little building block for you to, you know, use in life. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like and subscribe. I don't know which finger is which. I don't know which finger is which. So, hope you hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.